Teyam Baba. Mariama, Kosurubra. Mariama, Kosurubra. Teyam Baba. Teyam Baba. Uye Dede, Teyam Baba. By that time, never kill us, baby. Why do you want to say? I said, "What is it?" Victory has to victory. We and this Charlie. Our expected unity. Victory has to victory. We and this Charlie. Our expected unity.
A tear for a macho emo quava ediba my show NDC Hour Jumedi so. We air today Ghana News TV and I did Jumedi and I'm so de brown. And you creada the 27th day of September 2023. Aka and the four miensa na bosume September. Eda query ye eda obade na say or hey so. So what tuning in Ediato today Ghana News TV. Jumedi yenam high 93.7 FM so ewa achem himai. Jumedi kuya nam the King's Radio so afi ubenye live so etie mom watatale or Shakina Information Center. Ubenye live ewo YouTube. All the social media networks or platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn, afi upese utie audio nususwa ubenyaye on podcasts where here on Anchor FM also your home live. Yes, Renendi Dikaya or Johnny Ewujmedi Yeswa, wherever channel or now wherever you are watching us from, whichever platform, your best dress over subscribe to your channel, no. Now what share program ama for so enya ahweye. No more TV. Me and me did you made any chairman, a friend Alfred Kuyuli, men out here be a me did you made any chairman. Now don't hear back on the fine day anymore. I will get you and come a day in Coson Puntu at the break. The name said, and I could forward the doctor about me. I'm a mood dear. Sa corruption, I'm a movie at the Ghana Fonse form. And the Ghanaians are crying for JDM. And no, and I intro, na. GM Bebano year no. What actually happened? More I'm here on Facebook and I'm here on YouTube or via any social media platform. We share visuals no. A year electoral commission head office. What's also registration center. Yeah, register ma. Ghana for be also be Adam Brayer Juma. MPP for him more Chilkwana somebody some move baby in Abubuda. They wanted to cause commotion, but they forgot. Say NDC for so I see some more see. So mobile or more to she now come say be chifa dominus nanka or cause commotion, be water money as Sana ni para never hono. Be a MPP for be a CPP, be a NDC, be a floating voters. They all realize no, we won't allow the MPP to use their jandam again to suppress us. So they took over the Luther. I would say said, yeah, to NDC him anthem. Afi Ekoria Senona, a honomo, I done NDC from one. African before baby, I won't more. Yes, it's a question that be da, if you remember that, Nado. And as wouldn't him who so na. This is just a test case. Yeah, Papa John remind him how was it 2024? A do or die. So the MPP, Papa Jerry, a catcher, Some why am I against 2024? What the Takeshi and yet to trust them in a bit for police stations, a cheer for coalition centers. Hey, and your mom's munina because I fear ye be Simono and yam colagro. So this is just a test case for you. Anyway, I tell for me the Africa, many NDC UK Ireland chapter in the Everton. You know, the Jumedi. Me wo mpanyinfo akasi mienu a o mebe join adwumadi so na before ansa na mpanyinfo ba join ye no pese producer ye papa Jerry efutu odemaye odema Ghana for dem NDC for about the MPP the patrol bossa video no mame na tie for ntie hwe ansa na ya to adwumadi no so.
The MPP cannot be underestimated. You know it, I know it. They've been in existence for a long time and have been changing their names up till this day. The nature of who they are. Listen. Munjir. The nature of who they are, what they are, where they've come from, is something they are happy with, and they will be there for a long time. Let's not mimic their behavior. Let us reach into the principles and the values that emerged out of the circumstances that gave birth to us. And if we can hold onto those principles and those values, we will move way into the future and no one can ever defeat us. We will ride and override any obstacle as we did in the past.
Erade emfa ye pageri ekransie efutu ye pageri de maye enne se na ka yen komsha se na wonyini se wo ya befu aye wo after June 4th sometimes because of the nkofo bi ekeka mbo so mo change the history of Ghana e bia wadwena ye ontanta enne whatever Jerry said, now those of us alive today, we are experiencing it. The actual and you see, same people, but they keep changing their names. And Love Silence TV, Kevin Taylor, Edano did on did an extensive show on the history of the MPP, where they started from, and the kind of mentality they have. Their mentality isn't about developing the nation Ghana, but rather coming into office to amass wealth for themselves and their families. Ghana for Yesremo 2024. Mfam Hukumuti. Infantry the MPP say they have no stake in Ghana democratic system and Ghana politics. I'm to Obama John Dramani Mahama any NDC. Na yemfa Ghana mpunto enkonenim. Me say Ibrahim Sadaji me call na makwa welcome me guest ene enumre yi ye honorable Kwesi Akwa woye o UK Ireland ho ena wo hye edi ne kwi na honorable yi wo tunu ho asi wo se opese UK Ireland NDC chapter Erade adomo a ye to abama na omeye chairman na onda chapter na no. O ha sei ene betwetwe komo. Yewura akwa emo akwa aba de ba MyShow NDC Hour dwumadi so.
Yo, me Sumunia, me chill with you for, me chill wash your for, and no more all over the world on almost sharing and you breathe.
Ahwefo na etifo nyina eje so. Afa yehwe yenua Sabato ono so communication officer a ono so di ne kwi ewo land UK abrochimamu. Sabato yemo akwaba e de ba MyShow NDC Hour dwumadi so.
Fred, Major so me chia wa tie for ne wahwefo na baby a obi me chia chama akwan so.
Yɛda nyankopɔn ase akwaba so sɛ wawa bɛka yɛ ho yo atiefo anuanom mpanyinfo mmienu na nɛm no bɛhwehwɛ nkɔmɔ na ɛsan sɛ ɛnɛ ɛyɛ UK Ireland chapter for some time now they were supposed to have had their elections or congress long ago but bibinti congress elections na amaso na yɛate sɛ enmanimu yɛ next month na ɛbɛba so enti mekɔ na yakɔ comrade akwa ho na afei yɛne na kɔhwehwɛ nkɔmmɔ kakra iwie a yɛaba Sabato hɔ na ɔno so yɛabɛgye ɔno so n'adwempɔ kakra ɛwɔ UK Ireland chapter ɛho yɛwura akwa yɛma ɔkɔ aba bi mu
Yo, Opeyina Fred, and you break them with that CBP station way there. We are madam for Bakope. Yeah, also, yeah, my station way, etumpo biano. You better move from me and the part of via in your brain, maba, nama, Never Sabato, me young brother Sabato, so me channel. Yo, that's super brave. Now, say before ever start to main questions, who will be sent out. But JJ need tape be. Thank you for that tape in that boy. Now, me person make them tape in one some krebi. Yes, me person me sending message to all the NDC chapter executives and the members in UK and Ireland. JJ, may he so rest in peace. The principles of NDC that he talked about, he talks about the probity, accountability, and transparency. This is what NDC is all about. Into your best friend, yen chapter executives now, UK and Ireland, and our membership. Whatever has gone on in this our election, or say yes, stay back near who said, Ejuma Yedzino, NDC, Yenzima Yankase Yamu. Whatever we do it for National Democratic Congress. This our election is over 1 year. Alfred, atra time also year election. This is an Accra for the one Jim. Your best friend. Whoever is sitting on the high horses because he thinks that me a dumb, infinite nantuanianko election. Alfred, 2024 NPP, we have a big fight on our hands. We need a unity. Into Mestre, me NDC brothers and sisters of our UK, your election on the 7th of October. Say yes, someone. We are waiting for Accra to confirm. Say Ochina ni Ochinachi. Obakachi and say Sisiano 7th October now was my hand. It is still 7th October. They are your election year leader and they are starting Jumano. Nesisia best friend.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, yen probity, accountability, and transparency. Now, yen late funder, Odijaheno. We have to revisit it.
That's it. Thank you so much, Comrade Akwa. Yes, Afi Wadaro, my team for show, ATU. Ubibusa say, who is Kwesi Akwa? Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Nafe Wamiyehu, why then do you want to avail yourself to be voted for as UK Ireland chapter chairman? Wadaroma.
Yo, Kwesakwa, Wani Kwesakwa. May a bit summary amount so that onward. I'm trained as an aviation expert. I work in civil aviation as an aerodrome engineer before I came to this country. But I hold my master's in business administration, in industrial management. But I majored in aviation. Now, with my NDC politics, Me started NDC politics back in Ghana in the days of 1987-88.
Okay.
I was a CDR and WDC executive. I worked with management team and I went to management meetings and all that. 1996 thereabout, I was the ward chairman at Aviation Branch Police Station. I worked with Sylvester Mensah. Those early days, I worked with Daddy Kotopon. I worked hard that we won the police station and the constituency for Sylvester Mensah those days. And so Ghana, me starting NDC politics in Ghana. I was part of the ward coordinating committee in Ghana. And I did a lot of work, politics, CDR politics at the workplace as well. And so in 2002 thereabouts, when my wife and the children moved to UK, I decided to join them. So I resigned my job. In fact, I had a very good job, my brother. I don't want to, but because of the family issues, I have to move to UK. So I joined my family in UK. I did my master's at Hallam University. That's where I graduated in my master's in business administration and all that. Now, when I came to London, I was attending NDC meetings at Tottenham. Then, Alfred, those early days when you were having a meeting at Tottenham, Alfred, when you go to NDC meeting, the unity, the oneness of those days we used to have Alex Segofi as the chairman, Horace Sankra. Alfred, I'm not lying. Anytime you go there, the spirit of NDC was great. The unity, especially in UK and Ireland. So I mentioned that, look, I want to take up the mantle. So I will form a branch in Sheffield. So I started the branch. We are 4. Now I have a whole branch formed. Now I have a whole professor who's a branch secretary. I have what you call an eye specialist who's now the branch chair, and other doctors who have taken over. I've handed over the Sheffield branch to skill set professionals. Now I'm no more this, but for now, I have decided to contest the NDC UK Ireland chairman position. So that me experiencing a minion war, serving of as a chairman, I want to send it down to the entire NDC UK and Ireland. Alfred, Mika Sawe no man I drove all the way to Scotland. I realized Scotland, we don't have NDC there, Alfred. So we met in a certain lady's home. We call Mrs. Abuta. We are 5. Let me catch you and say, look, let's start NDC party in Scotland.
And which part of Scotland are you talking about?
Glasgow itself, I think Glasgow. So as we speak, we have NDC branch in Glasgow, building nicely. After me and the you see something like NDC is like a passion. I love the party so much. So I moved to France. Then I told the France comrade that they were not. For me, branch of France that. So I started putting some team together. So now we have a gentleman called Chamandako and one Mary Santi and other colleagues that look. You have other groups in France. So there's a need for us to form an NDC branch in France. Now you need a Fred Agbonyon and others. You're working harder as we speak. You have formed another NDC branch. First time in France. So we are working towards. So, Alfred, the long and short is that I'm an NDC through and through. And that some of us said, for the sake of Ghana, sir. Suma JDM obo suma ma oman Ghana. And he be more Ghana big dinner, no. So there's a gentleman, Nana Kufado, decided so boss so that. At least Ghana is him. But Sisiano, what it is that Chairman Kusiakwa, I went through the ranks and file of the party. Now, Sisiano, do what can you there? My groups in London, UK, and Ireland will give me the nod so that the reforms that I may perceive a party in UK and Ireland. No, but Alfred, answer me the basino. There is one thing and one message I'm perceiving deliver to all the NDC comrades, executives, and members who are listening. 2024 election, Alfred. The election will be won at the polling station.
Of course.
So myself, Kwesi, always when I speak, I want to send a message through your medium to the leadership and to the JDM itself that some of us, we want to make sure whatever amount of resources we start generating from outside the diaspora, we want that money to go to the polling station. I've done a bit of research. The polling agents, and there's something called election prompters. These two key individuals, I've formed a team. We are going to work hard and make sure we go there and gather any resources that we need for them. So, Alfred,
thank you very much,
this is Kwesi and some of the agenda I have in mind. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you very much. You know, we haven't even introduced our topic.
Okay, thank you.
Hold on, get on. The topic for today's discussion, the T4, is the diaspora has a role to play in rallying for Victory 2024. Hear us out. We any in some evaluation. Yes, Ghana for more control. Omo Chefabi Ewo Nkunimdia NDC BD 2024 apart no. And no, and the UK Ireland chapter members are Kosia Oko for chairman, and it's about our no communication officer. Tie omo until ye be tie, and some no more better. No more or to say, okay, Ghana for work control mu, dear no person more ye, dear no betimia ye, appoint the NDC to win power come 2024 to rescue Ghana from this mess. And the Neku for Nebaumia, and the Ghana for Kuremi. May quote Sabato na Mama na started on this topic. Na Yafe. A tip for me, Kaimo Jumedi, and I'm high 93.7 FM. So, Kens Radio, Sakina Information Center, so your Honomo, and today Ghana News TV, all our social media platforms, so all live, you streaming live. Sabato, Afe Yankwe, your topic was the diaspora. As far as winning victory and winning election 2024 is concerned.
Alfred, you, my mentia will be mentia yet for any of your food. And I mean, Casse, Yania, your woman on it. So we are MPP, so we are in this. A bar chef, say, you make sure, say, NDC, I win power, ye war, chef, a woman. Ye war. Jumadie so no kwa wose ye meyen kase yete amanfo mamu within our comfort zone intino ye bibi Ghana and fire ho eye den a Ghana ye man once in a while ye visit ye busuafo wo ho ye nim de ekoso enti empre bebre no ye anameka sa wote ha bia bebi a ukobia ye do encourage way wunsuo ba won ka ne agina so. But one day obeko Ghana maybe now I'm single way so maybe accident accident to there is no near hospital. Unya hospital there's no equipment a bit me save life. So that these are and I wouldn't super panum on canny engine so these are the need in tia what amanonia. There was a ultimate voice out as the support to the activities across Ghana in terms of your politics. Ubati yenu bebre o me dey say Ghana for na enya omo amanyo sem no omo ye media meeting baby ba mame papa minua ba ma utie me wo abusuafo Ghana wankasa so wo ko Ghana wo num nsu wo fa akwan so wo da wo da dem wabusa say hwan na ebo ho ban o security teten this are normal ye kekabo ma ye di ye hoji amanyo sem mu because say ye pese ye man no we put some infrastructures in place a betimia save life. Ordinary Ghanaian need a day-to-day activities, you know, and no near and you know, you were a big portion. And what's a place I rule no Emma NDC Edim Kunim. Obi Owa where your NDC ni 1-2 coin and Kobwa 1 year campaign. One tenant cow radio so or yen a juma or background, there was uncle for no almost supported with the finance. It will be no almost so a jumani say, almost call radio so echo Casama party no Emma a man for who the echo so within party no need now what come. But Alfred, yen yanoma ya waman on it, especially the party executives. I don't want to say we'll be to Germany, we'll be to Holland, we'll be to America. You call yourself a party executive, na register da ho na ye de to aba no udin nim unturo udin ye kwakwa to aba 2024 na woti Holland woti UK woti America also we party fan dabi Alfred what I've noticed in say ye hu behia pa 2024 Yeni a ye party executive, the party sympathizers, all the branches, baby, I will be Kobiano. A dear Tina Mamika saying, and probably a who see a very reading about a police stations, Meboa. Baby, and who be here parties, Alfred, what would me say you would know at the Biasi polling station backwa. Many sure will be better me 100 Ghana, 200 Ghana, or 300 Ghana, about the influence, me water. Many sure. So be better me the size to be influence me no and answer my aqua. There is no way. And who be here say we shouldn't sit in our comfort zone just to mention say or for people to call us chairman, secretary, and organizers. Meanwhile, baby a ye jumana ye Ghana no ye churodinya yemko ye beto aba yemko. Why na nkonkoye na party nindim kudim. Because Sadia making and who could hear after the member started who campaign, who advocacy say there is need of the party executives. You want all the chapters and if some branch members say and who be here say election 2024 no ya bekoni ye nina ye various places are your constituency no ya make yourself available to be polling agent. Sadia be ya obi ntimi mfasika and be influence here because you know you were polling stations near your polling agent. It will be very difficult for someone to come and influence us with money. So I think this is very important. This will be a big rule. Yania yawa manone. Ye dogana. Ye dom NDC. Ye beti me play part of it. Edi abua Emma NDC edin kunima ehote 2024 Alfred. Na makano mefamu media iso any other platform I many opportunity be just to voice my voice out on this issue. Say it's time we go and register and make sure that we go 2024. Make sure say yaka polling agent who any other they said they influencer others in the free so they wait for election day. No, my banner NDC polling agent to cross the 500 the show. No, I say, oh, a hawk crown say me jar or more, and me affected the results that be. But me no Alfred anytime I aqua say you're polling agent. Why they bet me the 500 abaso the Bible influence here?
No one there.
This is the reason why we need to make ourselves available at all time during registration and after. Alfred,
thank you so much. This is the reason why I was making yourself available during registration time and also election time because in your one kakana they cannot say they can yenko support with our everything. After Mr. Akwaho or aspire to become the chairman of UK Ireland chapter. No, so Yakwa Jana Jimpo. Yerakwa said the Wadika introduce waka once mafa brow starting NDC near there. You hear a topic here, yes, Yanni Ghana for work control. You watch Febi a young Mojuma Sebastian Ka and Kunimdia Hour 2024 as an aspirant, say a two abamount. Now be a chairman UK Ireland chapter. What do you have in mind? What can you put in place to make sure say that the quota from UK Ireland chapter will be felt as far as 2024 elections and the victory 2024-2025 is concerned?
Okay. Yo, Alfred, Medasi Bebre, Meda Munia Sabato Sasi. Alfred, question will be san would be sa. What can? Now, the only says, Sisiano, election yeni new patriotic party year con Alfred. And this as a political party, we need the resources. Because NPP funa you want to call election. the amount of resources at their disposal now, Alfred, say now, if I'm giving the nod as the chairman for UK and Ireland, Alfred, one of the main things first I would do is that first, I will make sure within a space of months, whatever disunity within the chapter, no, I need to bridge it quickly. Because a Juma will now a Juma now it has to do with how we organize the structure in the UK and Ireland, so that we start what we call our fundraising activity. Because the party back home are waiting for our support. That the best way we in the diaspora can go and support our party back home to win the election is our resources that we can generate. Then we send the delegate with the resources to go and support the polling station and the polling agents. Now, Albert, let me tell you something. 2020, I was the vice chair for the JDM fundraising committee. And I know the amount of money the diaspora people we put together to support the party back home. In politics, sometimes we don't name figures in public. Alfred, we did a good job. I was the vice chair for JDM fundraising 2020, and I know the amount of money the party members donated. Alfred, if not because of this election and this unity in the chapter, like by now, NDC UK and Ireland, you started our the activity, the fundraising activity, to make sure we have the needed resources to go and help the branch executives and the polling station. Alfred, let me say something here. If you go to Ghana, all the constituencies in Ghana, we have about 276 or 75 constituencies. Now, each constituency, you've been here one presidential polling agent. You've been here one parliamentary agent. So we are talking about 2 here. I don't know whether the numbers have been varied. Now, if you look at, you have something which NDC, we don't do much. Alfred, we call them election prompters. These election prompters, NDC, we need to make sure that we have a good number of prompters who go into individual homes to go and prompt people to come and vote on the day. Now we need to mobilize resources. We, the NDC diaspora delegate, Ghana say, look, we are in to come and support the election. This is our plan. This is our resources.
Chairman, our planning, our resources, you made mention of the fact that if it had not been the disunity and these problems you have, yes, it is clear. We know UK Ireland before was one of the strongest chapters in the diaspora, but of late on the media, print media, there is this sort of disunity among you, problems and here and there. Even more elections and more quick. Say, what exactly is going on? Who is sabotaging the system? That's
okay.
And why?
Good. Alfred, this is a brilliant question. Alfred, as somebody who is aspiring to become a chapter chairman, I've identified some of the problems within the chapter.
Tell us.
Now, some of the problems we are encountering within the chapter is lack of clarity in terms of operations within us. Sometimes ambiguity. Sometimes information comes from Accra. We don't give the information verbatim to executives and members as they should know and work on it. It's a problem. Okay. When we go to executives meeting down here, some individuals want to hijack meetings. And always the meeting drags on and never ends. You see, sometimes some executives, they forget that, Alfred, when you become an executive or a chairman or a leader, it is the executive decisions that is implemented by the structure.
Yeah.
Because if you go to executive meeting, you should allow everybody to discuss his opinion, his mindset. When the matter has to be voted on, if you don't have a consensus, we vote on the matter.
Yeah.
So the decision that is reached, it is what the secretary and the chairman should make sure that we implement the decision which has been reached by the executives.
That is,
but sometimes sometimes when an individual wants to show his debility that I'm the chairman, and this, without listening to the masses and the executives, we always have a problem. Alfred, one of the key problems that this chapter is facing, another one is, you see, when we take executive position as a leader, and you know within 4 years, there will be election, you first have to go to your branch base.
Yeah.
And make sure you audit all the branches.
Yeah.
When you audit all the branches, you get, Alfred, what you call the true data of the good standing members.
Yeah.
Because, you see, if you are not in good standing, your name will not go into the voter register.
That's true.
So it is up to the leadership, whoever is the chairman within the period that, look, election is coming. Let's send auditors to Sheffield, North London, Milton Keynes. Let's go and audit the branches and know who are the true voters within the branch.
Yeah.
There are individuals who are members and they are not paying their, so dues. It's not their fault. You can't blame them. Dues are fine. But the good standing members, they are the people who has to vote. And we, the leadership, don't, yanje a human year. Young Kwan Koya Bibi your friend branch data auditing before the chapter election should come on. So because we didn't do a proper branch data auditing, it has gone to affect the chapter election. You see, so now the list that we are holding, when we give that branch list to the first chapter electoral committee, they saw a lot of loopholes, Alfred. Some of the loopholes had to do individuals who hasn't paid their dues up to date. Some individuals who didn't pay anything, but because of election, we have some 1 or 2 people who have gone to find huge sums of money and come and pay for people, maybe 100 and 200 people to come onto the register. After, you see the problem?
But the question is, Chairman, the question is, why should people think like that? That, okay, I have been voted for into an office and my mandate is limited. Under normal circumstances, if you do your work well, whatever position you have, whether as a chairman, secretary, vice chairman, or whoever you think you are, to do your work well, when it's time for you to go for re-elections, comrades would renew your mandate. But why do people sit down and abuse the power that we have given them and then expect to manipulate the system in favor of them to renew their mandate? Why should people think like that?
It's incompetent.
Say that again.
They are incompetent in the role, the position they are holding.
Oh, okay.
They are incompetent. Let me explain why they are incompetent. Alfred, if you're a leader or a chairman of a group and you know there'll be election, before the election takes place, within 6-8 months before maybe election, you need to form an audit team. Send the audit team to all the branches to audit their books. The audit, you see, when you audit the books, what you are doing is you are auditing the account system of the branch. Because every branch has got a chairman, I've got a secretary, and I've got a treasurer. When I was a chairman, I handed over the last election. Now I'm contesting this. Nobody sent a bit of audit team, said, look, chairman, you are being the chair. Before you are coming to election, we want to come and audit your books. My books, I make sure my treasurer every quarter in the meetings, he gives us whatever the reports that we have. So when you audit your book, Alfred, before the election, we have the true data of members who are qualified to vote as good standing. So it is the same data we are sending to the chapter election. In all this scenario, it is whoever is the chairman of that structure, that is the constituency, who will supervise the chapter election. Because the branch election will be supervised by the branch executives, but the chapter leadership should be part of that election.
Yeah.
before that data will be transported to the chapter, so that we use the same data to do the chapter election. So if you don't have a proper data, Alfred, what data are you going to use for the chapter election? That is where the problem is, Alfred.
But in all this, we have leadership. I mean, when I say leadership, the NDC has hierarchy. Right. And those in the diaspora, we have IRD in Accra. What role are they playing as far as these are concerned, and what are they doing to make sure they mitigate this anomalies that some of the diaspora chapters, including UK Ireland chapter, is facing?
Yes, thank you for the question. You know, if you talk of the issue of Accra and IRD, they are our supervisors. You see, the party has got the structures.
Yeah.
So every structure of the party must operate properly, because every structure, we have executives there.
Yeah.
So the IRD wouldn't like to interfere with the party structures.
Yeah.
Until there's a problem, he will not come in. When it comes to election, the IRD and Accra would direct us the guidelines we should use for the election.
Yeah.
So, but when we fail to implement the guidelines, then Accra will come in. Let me quote something for you to understand.
Yeah,
will you permit me?
Will
you permit me a minute or two?
Go ahead.
Alfred, NDC, we have a constitution that guides our operation, every structure. Then this chapter, we are equivalent to constituency level. Now, in the Article 15 of the party constitution, and listen, he's saying that there shall be a constituency conference held every 4 years to elect party officers at a venue within the constituency. So in this case, within the chapter. Now, clause 2, the constituency conference shall convene by the chairman. You see what he's saying here? It is not the IRD, it is the chairman.
Yeah, but the chairman.
Who has to convince a constituency conference or the chapter conference and make sure that election take place. Now, clause 3, where the chairman, the chapter chairman or constituency chairman fails to convene a constituency conference, the general secretary, Accra, shall direct to the convening of a such conference, given the venue, time, and agenda. So, Alfred, in our situation, Accra has taken over.
Oh, okay.
And yes, in our case, because the current executives have failed, they couldn't conduct the election. They failed their duties, they failed their responsibilities. So the general secretary has taken over, and now Accra is directing us what to do. This is a very disappointing. Do you know we could not go to the national election? We couldn't send a delegate there to elect. When we are electing the presidential candidates, we couldn't send anybody because we couldn't elect fresh executives. That is the position.
So if you couldn't elect fresh executives, who are now the executives of UK Ireland chapter?
Oh, those executives now working in our office, were your caretakers. They are outgoing.
Okay, they are so those who, over. Okay.
Yeah, they are caretakers. They are outgoing. Those who will be lucky, they will be retained. But I believe that majority of them will not be retained because, listen, Alfred, and the members want fresh face.
Comrade Aqua, well, a lot of people have brought some comments and questions. Some are asking questions. Let me read one question from Tom Nutako. He says, "Good evening, comrades. Watching live from Bielefeld in Germany. Can I know the relationship between NDC UK Ireland and the RRD in Accra? Hopefully, things are better and your elections will be a success for others to follow." Comrade Tom Nutako wants to know the relationship between now UK Ireland and then RRD. I think in your last submission you hinted on that.
Yeah, thank you so much. You know, the RRD is our supervisor so far as the chapter is concerned.
Yeah.
You know, the party structure, there's a structure in the party. So whatever we do in the UK and Ireland chapter, we report to the IRD.
RRD. Oh,
so he's our direct boss. Then he will also convey our message to the FEC, to the bosses in Accra. So that is the party structure.
One, I heard that UK Ireland, you have received a circular that branches aren't allowed to host or to organize any program or whatever. How true is this rumor? If you
For
can
now,
throw a little bit light on that.
yes, I think for now the circular is a bit relaxed. Let me explain
Oh,
why.
okay.
This is relaxed. You know, when the tension went up, which has to do with the voter register. In fact, we were all then battering the voter register that came in. So there was a whole lot of confusion as to the voter list because people were not sure. We had what you call a chapter electoral committee who were doing the work. People started even accusing the chapter electoral committee in place that they were being biased left, right, center. So the thing became a problem. There were dozens of petitions that went to Accra on that effect. So it still looked as if when the problem became too much, the Accra took over and appointed what we call a chapter interim committee, okay, to supervise. And so they did the whole fresh, what you call, result of the report of the election in terms of the voter register, in terms of the members. So they went back and interviewed all the branches with the voter list. Then when they finished, they submit a full report back to Accra.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so we had an interim committee in place, which came to supersede the former chapter electoral committee, and they submitted their full report. So Accra got the report, and they released what we call provisional list to us. So we are waiting for final green light from Accra. Then the election will come on the 7th October.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, Comrade, I want you to drink some water. I just want to go through some messages and comments that have come through so that our viewers and listeners can also feel part of the show, because this is an interactive show. This is my show, NDC Hour. We are live on Sakina Information Center in Tatale, also live on High 93.7 FM in Achim Himine, the King's Radio. We are also live there. And then Jaframa TV in OT region. We are also streaming live on Jaframa TV in OT region. And also you can get us live on all the social media platforms. Today Ghana News TV or my show NDC Hour. You can watch us live. Now let's read some messages that have come in. This is from Comrade Leila Mahama. She's watching us on Facebook. Said more fire. And then Aman Sandofo watching us on YouTube was greetings, watching from Suhum, Ghana, NDC, and John Mahama all the way. Yo, that is coming from Aman Sandofo. And then Sempa Heneboache is watching us on Facebook. He says, greetings from Achim Heman. You are live everywhere. Thank you so much. Shout out to all Achim Heman residents. Alfie Wayfree, Robert King P. Jose. My party people are here, and I am also here watching from France, Paris. Good job, comrades. Robert is watching us on Facebook, and then Nana Tafrimo is watching us on YouTube. I say greetings from Sakina Information Center, Tatali, Northern Ghana. John Mahama is our next president. This is from Nana Tafrimo. Citizen Wise Amansan. Amasaman, Citizen Wise Amasaman, say watching live from the United States of Amasaman, US of A. Thank you so much, Amasan. Okay, Kweku Yifo was say looking forward for a great show. Thank you. Let's see. Wayfree Mavis Boatin was a greetings, comrade. Watching you on YouTube from Lisbon, Portugal. Also here from Portugal. Robert King PBM was saying Chairman Aqua is my best bet for the chairmanship. Thank you. We NDC Diaspora Union, so soon YouTube was say we should put our differences aside and work for the betterment of the great NDC. Watching you from Amsterdam, Holland. Alfred Jaframa TV or say comrade Alfred, hey, you fail to acknowledge us. So you are live on our channel in Wura on OT region. Thank you. These are some of the messages that have come in. After King Queen Nana was say, wow, I support what Sabato is saying is the truth. Watching you from Warsaw, Poland. After Omar Dennis Mahamud was say, good evening, my able communication officer. Very bold and talks truth to power, irrespective of the intimidation. Thank you so much, Comrade Omar. This is from Ose Superior watching us on Facebook. So you have to put our resources together for an NDC Victory Camp 2024. NDC France chapter, brilliant submission, Chairman Aqua. And then let's see who is there again. Patience Darko is here watching us on Facebook. As a good evening, watching from Hamburg, Germany. Afi Bashiru Abudulai was good evening, comrades. Good evening, Bashiru. Kwanjo Oduro is also on Facebook. Was a great job, guys. Watching you from Montreal, Canada. Canada for a chairman. After Bashiru BM say, we are really proud of you people. Thank you so much, Comrade Bashiru. We are also proud of you. For winning message kakra aba koso for messages over question be afabra. Picking kind ama your guest no are responde where you my show NDC Hour. Jumedi and I'm live. Sakina Information Center. Totally the King's Radio high 93.7 FM. Chim Himan. Yes, I'm live. Jaframa TV. Uti region. All the social media platforms. YouTube. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the communities, TikTok, today Ghana News TV. Where my show NDC Hour the bro Wednesdays here. Yeah, ko Sabato na makwako J Sabato so na bimpo na afi ye hwese di dwumadi no bebewe ebre no ya ko Sabato ya saba ohubie. Sabato
Alfred.
Now, UK Ireland chapter, more core elections. I know you are not contesting this time. A football bay as communication officer, what do you expect from this Congress that you guys are going in? And what do you expect? What are your expectations from those who will emerge as victorious in the elections?
Well, Alfred, one, unity is a key here. That's the reason why I always say we need to choose our words very careful. Anytime yenya platform, because who we are only nipa ne baba be ye adwuma to me nipa me free so betimi abeye adwuma wodi nkabom ebeba no a key pa a key and no ye very important mame me free say branches no any ni say nipa bebra ye free say nipa ni nim say ye pe obi obetimi aye adwuma ma ya me say omunim me in terms of chairmanship secretary near the adena the way I know heat no be a crowd cancer man they take it in a different way no me imagine say about to aswan me kwakwa to me nipa me den metwa man na ma move on but gender balance no and na me pe gender balance intina eye owa obusa chama akwakro beka be campaign man because as a man e wo emu omusa ti me pese your man most of the women no opportunity because of course women's organizer and the deputy there omo ye ma ti ebenya omo and it look like say ye benya deputy women's organizer so enti me were deputy women you be all pray for vice chairman chairman position the person of Beatrice Asante very nice lady who share quite of us organize enough London branch yes successful ultimately who say Obana whoever become chairman no obetimi make sure so oni be ye adwuma some accountability and responsibility I say those are the key things me person na you make sure so say yeah be discipline kakra ana bro friend or we need to be declared in terms of our words are you use because say within internal elections but yeah internal election yeah catch a mark asemi na me free say bi anko beka Alfred me you be a manager amanyosem na from 2008 me ye debate all over call Holland no more radio bi or me ye debate because so I'm not this kind of system number ye ni na me ye debate echo na me bane na sefo na there was a time me ne mpendifo bebre radio so ne ye kasa ma NDC na me koba spend chama akwa na ye ne ye show yi one day be a program be about so you no oje me number no frame me timi opa no aframe me now we encourage me wa no aframe me no encourage me no catch him to chama I want to be where I am me say me de me ho be cause o me ko penny bi aye because one you don't need to be a penny to do NDC job. You don't need to be a member, a branch BB and a chapter member and son of so ye BB man this away. If you volunteer yourself to speak for NDC, Obetimia is senior color all the time who radio so kokoye. And Chairman Aqua introduce me. Say, or person me bebe katimu no hon. Let me say, Chairman, adi amen person me Chairman say, obey. Fred, me wa one day na Chairman Aqua friend me say, mene France if we be back kwa show. Obe back me. That was where it started. Enti uha the Chairman Aqua catchere we in terms of ono ankasa from France, from him far all organizing, uha the personality ne na sefwa. And then the trust where Chairman ya enye. So the mitreno.
Yeah.
Thank you. Of course, others and also it will be. It will come down to the electorate now. But the person making none said, the need of me say I shouldn't be hiding. Mammy, yes, say me phone, my friend. I need to be part of the team. I will introduce me part of the team, and of course, maybe no money me. Or program, but they didn't see the need of say, maybe I become until Chairman Aqua heard me twice or three times or say Daddy, say Yana me person where you say Chairman, no, I want to be where I am or say Daddy. And you know, all the time, you know, we encouraging me and then me yeah, or no Chairman Aqua credit, would if you say, obey to me the way I can deceive you, compare. If you say, obey to me, then maybe I can deceive you. I campaign. But Alfred, the main job and the main enemy, enemies within politics and MPP. Those are when we need to channel our focus and our energy towards them. And yet internal elections. Sometimes we call NDC platform. So I said, you know, Bukuran Casadano. Share West, a month for you, sumo, mo I see we say BB. But before that, then only Chamaka Casano, he did mention of how I raise fund at the Copwa craft. Let me free say whoever become a chairman. I know see a bigger platform where didn't come as a son of my own professor said, yeah, NDC for say, yeah, chapter near the Sika was election cost one. Many sure say I was here at the head office. Yeah, well, other constituencies are you and I know say they need help.
More support than
you bet me I can say UK and Ireland chapter. Yafa ebia constituencies best 10 and now 20. This constituencies, you know, ultimate for Bantama. Ultimate for you can say any part of Ashanti region apart from New Edubiasi as I was say Ejura. And I say be a crow from baby I would free say would you see kakwa ye could just sit. Yeah, could just sit. So they me. This are things I am say the next chairman and as executive some they need to take on board. They be a disika kwa kra obetina de betina wote ho asem. Ebi kura na de was sika na kokoye no. And to me akwa kwede. Thank you. And to me hope say the new administration on beba no. These are things I want to table on because Alfred eba si ye churo din. So when MPP awa ba bonten esu say or boka dodo. Na onumpo awa aban mu no so obokai na ye ni ayewo opposition so etombre bi ni ye channel resources now we need to make sure say it goes to the right place. Who say JDM any campaign to become a leader for the NDC no also akwa okachiro mo say omo de normal ba this time ya ombe free branch elections ne chairman for no omo fancy say okwa Ashanti region on fan ko si Ashanti region chairman so bi. Say kwadi wadi diasi constituency our fresh chairman branch executives no momra monje no ma we mon kwache because we say we be hu say obekọ no na chairman for no shebi na branch members no mo nhya sa atade ni bi enti sa o hwe pe de JDM kana na de make in terms of chapter NDC ko Ghana no it shouldn't be the headquarters of NDC Accra. We can
about you can say you come you one full show for this particular thing because a deep a very deep but essentially the brain argument
sure
what aroma mamen ko
wrap up me can say one also see become a chairman my appeal no no e bia obetimi take you on na yeah.
So on this platform, you make message to say Sabato has endorsed 2 candidates, which is Chairman Kwesi Akwa as the chapter chairman.
And then open headlines for Chinana.
Obani dinner also the same.
As a man became want to say Beatrice Asante. Me ya campaign for a ma or no kasa chairman Akwa wonim. I only mentioned Tamakwa. Sir, obetimi de me aye ni CV. I also do
there's a one okay, yeah. Comrade Sabato say. They say what ba me so also buba me so me tebe.
Alfred
yeah. Anyway, comrade that's it. Meko atief meko chairman akwa ho we MyShow NDC Hour and the brewe and na any UK Ireland chapter members in the different komo yura akosi akwa award tin ho asi was a yen trouble na omeye UK Ireland chapter chairman and na wasi chairman akwa we have about 10 minutes to go. Now use the next 5 minutes or 3. Tell us what are some of your unique selling proposition? Because more contest here, and yet we are not going unopposed. We are contesting other able, solid comrades. What makes you unique? Say delegates and Hesu no more fan to abanamau instead of the others.
Good.
Now,
Mr. Sibebre, but my mayor sure Sabato has done a good job for NDC. Sabato, well done. Congratulations. Minoba party the monominia behind the scene negotiation. I have to fight on behalf of Sabato. Now Sabato is shining star. Honestly. People call me and say, nice. Chaba, where do you know this man from? I say, look, leave the man alone. Let's see where he can perform.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Sabato. Now, Alfred, Sabato, one ma waka sembi no matro to her concerning the fundraising. Now, wish we can get another program on fundraising.
Definitely. We'll definitely do that.
Now, what makes Chairman Kosakwa unique? Chairman Kosakwa is unique among the other 3 candidates. Are that you see, I have enough of time at my disposal to serve the party. My children are big guys, they left home. And with my experience in politics, being a chairman of a branch in Sheffield for close to 14 years, building other branches in UK and Ireland for the party, serving in other serious positions, I have the experience. Alfred, One of the things I'm bringing on board this chapter is reforms. I've identified some problems in this chapter and I want to reform them. Some of the things I'm going to reform is the way we do our meetings, the other departments and the way we operate. Executive positions with that portfolio, the role I'm going to give to them to play within the organs. The vibrancy within the UK and Ireland, which is missing, I want to make sure I meet all the organs and then listen to the problems we are having. Because anything that we do, the party face, Alfred. Alfred, accountability, like our late founder said, this party was built on probity and accountability. Alfred, from day one, I've said this and I want to repeat myself. I will start something what I call bookkeeping for the party. Any money that comes into party's operation, I'll make sure on quarterly basis, we produce a quarterly report for members to read our income and expenditure of the party. I'm not going to put that in on the WhatsApp, but within the party executives and the membership, Alfred, we need to tell them. Alfred, there's one policy that I've brought on board as my mission statement, which none of my candidates has talked about, has to do with welfare of our members, our registered members in UK and Ireland. I have a program which I have in place, which I'm going to discuss and see how best within us we can roll it out. Some of them borders on immigration advice. Some of them borders on when members are having funerals, when adoring things, what sort of arrangement we can do that as a party, we go and support the member, being it executive or a member. After one thing I've identified in this chapter is one of our problems is that this party, we don't have something called Council of Elders. Even France, that just formed their first branch, that they don't have a chapter, they even have Council of Elders in place, helping them solve their problems so that they can move on as a party. Why can't we, UK and Ireland, get people appointed as Council of Elders who can advise myself and my executives if I'm elected, so that together we work for the party? Alfred, let me say something here. Let me give you a small analogy. Alfred, if you have a mortgage and you have a backyard garden at your mortgage and you want somebody to fix your garden or your garden for you with the nice flowers in it, when you go and bring in a gardener to fix your garden, who are you going to manage? Are you going to manage the gardener or your garden? Alfred, the gardener, Alfred, the gardener who will come and fix your garden is already professional. So you just tell him what you want in the garden and you fix your garden for you.
Done. Yeah.
But with UK and Ireland, we the professionals, we are the gardeners. Instead of us to fix the garden for the party, we are rather destroying the garden. You see, Alfred, we joined National Democratic Congress. National Democratic Congress didn't join us.
Yes.
So the individuals who are indulging in indiscipline, it is time we stop.
When you talk about indiscipline, be specific. It's so broad. What exactly are people doing that you think there is indiscipline?
Alfred,
some examples.
Alfred,
Don't mention names, but you can give examples.
Yes, Alfred, in an organization, when you have a program to be done, for instance, if you have a woman wing, and they have a program that the woman wing will bring their proposal that, Chairman, we want to organize party in the park and we need 50 pounds. All what I need to do as a chairman is to receive their report, take it to executive meeting, convince executive to approve.
Yeah.
If I'm a chairman, I think, oh, because the women who brought it, oh, there is no need, then I throw their request into the bin. I don't have that authority. If the youth organizer brings proposal that, Chairman, we want something to do for the party so that we grow the party, and say, oh, it's not important. That is calling discipline, because if I'm a chairman, I'm not a power on my own. It is the executive body that gives the decision.
I think that can also be termed as an abuse of office, isn't it?
That's it. And it's and there are certain individuals, Alfred, who, when they write on the platform, there's no respect for one another. They keep even insulting people on platform. Alfred, I will make sure WhatsApp discipline will be part of the system. Because if the platform...
How are you going to do that?
I'm going to meet with the party administrators and have a meeting with them. The WhatsApp administrators, I'll call them to special meeting. If I need to identify all WhatsApp platforms, identify administrators, have a meeting with them. And I tell them, please, WhatsApp is another communication aspect for the party. So if a member is on the platform and is shouting insult, either you delete the message or remove that person. Because listen, this party, we have individuals who don't do this frontline politics, but they respect what people are saying, not insults. We need to respect one another, Alfred. So I'll make sure that communication department become part of my operation. Because, Alfred, you know, in politics, communication is like the engine of growth of the party.
Definitely.
If you talk about, like what you are doing, we need to communicate properly. And as a chairman, if I go to executive meeting, I'm not going to be sitting there and say, always, I won't let people to see, I. Anytime somebody's, no, a chairman should be a good listener, Alfred. Let everybody speak. Then you take a decision. If it is consensus, so be it. If it should be a decision, we vote on it. Majority take the vote. It is done and finished. We move on. Those are the things we need to do. And again, we need to find money and do something called something. So before I go, let me say this to our listeners. The victory of NDC is coming again. Let the people say, hey, Jobodo. Say, Jobodo. Say, NDC is coming again. Comrades, when the time comes and we start knocking the doors, that look, Yibima for NDC, we beg you, any little counts so that we can go and support the party back home. Sabata says something good about fundraising. I'm going to work on it, Sabato. Let me assure you on that. Into opinion and you bring Medawasi Bebre.
Yes, so yeah, that's Bebre Yura Kwesi Aqua. Ewo Brea, Unyaye, Ubek Johnny, Ewo, MyShow NDC Hour. So, for Yura Kwesi Aqua, and I'm and Kano, where you do a tune who see or set or Kujina, Amaya to Swaba, Ewo UK, Ireland NDC chapter. Now, what do my name as chairman? The working comrades and delegates are more UK Ireland chapter anymore. You know the problems you guys have faced over the years, and you know what you are facing. You have heard the man. He has spoken about probity, accountability, and transparency. He's talked about good leadership. He's talked about a leader that leads. He's talked about a leader that respects party constitution, parties, or the democratic principles, and governance principles. Mr. Mukotwabana, don't let your minds be manipulated by anybody sitting somewhere. Na Montwaba, na munyi ubia obetimi aboa na the UK Germany chapter, UK Ireland chapter akonenim. Yera Kwesiakwa was what might identify the problems UK Ireland chapter is facing. And then he itemized them. One has to do with lack of clarity. I say, and penny for mu dear nimusisiano, it's like I thought I would know Directive Free Headquarters Bar. I say a cabinet JB. What suits them, then they say it. What doesn't suit them, they hide it. So always there's confusion. They create confusion and chaos. He's going to make sure the channels of communication will be opened bottom up and up bottom. He talked about hijacking of the executive board or the chapter. There are few individuals, they think that because they have been voted for, because they are chairman, because they are whatever, they can hijack the system. They won't allow the divergent views to prevail. They won't allow people to exercise the democratic rights. They always sit on people's rights because they think they are the chairman or they have been voted for to hold whatever office. He is saying that he isn't going to allow such to happen in his tenure when he's been voted for as UK Ireland chapter chairman. Then he talked about unity. He talked about unity. With all that we are doing, without unity, we can never achieve our goal. And those executives or those who are in executive positions in the diaspora or wherever, and because they think they have that power, they will sit on people's interest. They will sit on people's democratic freedoms. Then always there will be enmity, there will be loggerheads, and there will be peace in the chapter. And when there is disunity in the chapter, who suffers? The ordinary Ghanaian suffers, because the ordinary Ghanaian is looking up to NDC. So, comrades, let's go and vote with our conscience. Vote for a leader who can bring the chapter together. Vote for a leader who can put you together so that you feel part of the family. You feel part of as an NDC member, not that somebody would think that, hey, you are not an executive, so who are you? Who about the and now you're whining? No. We Mr. Kwesi Akwa and yete Ninkano. Ete for a brainty yet mifa jumedi no and twaso. I think the message kakra wo hono I don't know. Producer me 5 minutes me kind message akana na say wo hwe ayem pon si metima kind dia ene mame high five na me hu na metima kan na intimi ka so dia okay producer dia boss say we have interviewed all the candidates already. I'm sure you missed it. Okay, I think somebody asked a question about we bring in all the candidates. Yeah, I think here is the question. Hold on. Yes, this is from Tom Nutako. Tom Nutako wrote to say, how many candidates do we have? Can we listen to all of them as well? Comrade Aqua is good, but our members in the UK choose. So I think that is a question, and the answer, I read the answer earlier. All the other candidates have been interviewed already. And John Nambo writes, he says he's watching us on Facebook. Good evening. I'm watching you live from Doma Ahinkru, Ghana. Thank you so much for watching us on Facebook. And I desire Alia Baka. Was a great show, Comrade Alfred. Very proud of your presentation. Thank you so much, Comrade, for the appraiser. We KG Barbershop. KG Barbershop. I say nice show by all standards from first vice chairman Belgium. Thank you so much, Ali. Hey, when I come to Belgium, I'll come and have my hair barbed and shaped well. Thank you so much. It's here for and a brand by my primary Jumedi, SC Jumedi Sakina Information Center FI Live. Totally and high 93.7 FM. Watching him almost FI Live. Yeah, the King's Radio is also FI Live. Jumedi crew is also Jaframa TV Hotel region. Almost also a career live, and as usual, we were live on all our social media handles: YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, and now on podcast we were live also there. And therefore, we'll bring this show to you again same time next week. Until then, have a wonderful evening.